And for the Panthers, number 10, 5'6" junior, Tara Nixon. At center, number 34, 6'2" senior, Claudia Wilson. At a guard for the Panthers, number 20, 5'6" sophomore, Changrel Young. At a guard for Proviso, number 43, 5'6" junior, Shanita Bass. And for the Panthers, at center, number 30, 5'10" sophomore, Rachel Davis. At a forward, number 44, 6'1" senior, Kyra Smith. And for the Panthers, at number 14, 5'7" sophomore, Jennifer Simpkins. And another forward, number 53, 6'1" sophomore, Ashley Owens. And for the Panthers, number 24, 5'10" senior, Mandy Evans. Proviso is coached by Diana Thomas, assisted by Johnny Hudson. The Panthers coached by Karen Gabrinsky, assisted by Gary Martin.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to High School Sports 2000 here on Family Ties Productions. Glad to have you with us, Jim Sainsbury, and we'll be calling the game here today with United Township High School girls versus the Proviso West High School, and they're out of Maywood, Chicago area, and we're getting ready to go for the tip-off. We're here at United Township High School, and the tip-off just about to happen. In center is Tanisha Akers, and it'll come off to United Township, and that is Tara Nixon with the ball. She'll take it over to Mandy Evans. Mandy Evans with a three-point try, and in and out. It'll be White's ball. That means it'll be Proviso West. Well, then again, I guess it's going to remain United Township, as one of the White players did grab the ball. It goes, Tara Nixon is the point guard, obviously. Goes over to Mandy Evans. Mandy gives it over to Jennifer Simpkins and tries to get it inside, and a nice shot inside, in and out, and it'll be tied up. It'll be a jump ball, and it'll go back over to Proviso West with their first try here of this afternoon.
Well, Proviso West comes into this game 0-1. They lost to Moline. United Township comes into this game 1-0. They beat Pekin last night.
So both teams look pretty good here, and it's very, very early as they get into their big center 53. That is Ashley Owens, 6'1" senior, but taken away. Tara Evans gets it up to Jennifer Simpkins, and Simpkins tries a shot. Ooh, got hammered, but no call. And it's brought down by number 44, Kara Smith, 6'1" senior forward. She'll give it over, try to get it inside to her, and number 44, first points of the game goes to Kara Smith from Proviso West. Quickly up court, gets to Mandy Evans. Mandy Evans drives down and is blocked away by Kara Smith, so she's going to be a presence on the inside, Jess.
Well, the big people for Proviso West right now have made their presence known. They've taken it inside on offense, and on defense they've knocked it away a couple times.
Nothing's going to come easy on that inside as they loop it around, and shot comes, and it's up and over as, again, well, good try by Tara Nixon to keep the ball in play, but her foot must have been on the line there, Jess, and it'll be turned over to Proviso West. Being brought up by Shanita Bass, and that's taken away by Tara Nixon. She drives for the bucket, and she'll score, so we're all, well, it's 4-2 right now. United Township now making a move very, very quick in the backcourt are the United Township girl. Three-point try. It's in and out. That was by Angelique Smith and put up and in by, again, Kara Smith. So they're going to have to try to block her out, Jess, or they're going to have a long afternoon with that young girl. Goes over to Jennifer Siffer, back out to Rachel Davis. Rachel Davis drives in and out. Oh my goodness, I thought that one was in, Jess, but Kara Smith with another rebound. So she has been a dominant factor so far early in this game. As they try to get it inside to her again, once again, Kara Smith with another bucket. 6-2, 8-2 now in favor of Proviso West. As somehow Coach Dobrinsky is going to have to figure out how to get that inside blocked away. First foul of the today, and that goes against Proviso West. And Ashley Owens with her first personal foul.
Well, as I said earlier, Proviso West is really pounding the ball inside and getting them easy shots. And defensively, it's going to be awful tough to get into the inside for the Panthers.
Absolutely.
They're going to have to find a way to maybe run a little or pass the ball around a little quickly to catch the open person underneath the basket.
Well, first shot was in and out for Rachel Davis. She makes the second one. That'll make it 8-3 in favor of Proviso West as they're quickly down. And the ball comes out to Shanita Bass, back over to Angelique Smith. And now it's given with a three-point try, in and out by Ashley Owens. But they get the rebound, and let's see, it's going to be stay with Proviso West. It was off of one of the UT players. And so early here, I'm telling you, Jesse, very, very big in the inside, and it's being tough for UT to get in there. Well, it's taken out to number 44, Kara Smith, with a try of three-pointer, in and out again. And just dominant it, that'll be, well, let's see, we're going to have a foul called.
Well, they got a foul on UT.
Apparently that was on Chandrell Young, her first foul of the evening. So they're working around, trying to get it inside again, and tipped away and recovered with a breakaway down to Jennifer Simpkins, and she's fouled on her way up by Claudia Wilson, and she'll go to the line shooting two. You know what, what's impresses me so far early is they got a lot of breakaway speed. They're very quick on the inside.
Well, UT's also starting to be a little more active on the defensive end. They're moving real well on the passes that are trying to go inside. The last couple times down court, Proviso West had a little bit of a hard time getting the ball where they did earlier.
Well, Jennifer Simpkins misses the first one, but makes the second one. And the score now 8-3. Elise Richardson comes in for her first tie, a guard 5'5", junior guard it looks like. It gets inside to, guess who? Kara Smith with two more. So again, they didn't block her out, and boy, she is dangerous on the inside. So UT again with another challenge as Mandy Evans gives it off to Rachel Davis, and that's blocked. And bringing it up hard up the court is Shanita Bass, and she throws it out, and it'll be kind of a wasted trip there, just a little bit out of control. So the coach is kind of saying, get in control here. Don't get out of control, which she was there trying to get into the bucket. But again, Mandy Evans, one of the stars on UT, gets up to wide open, but it's a air ball in there, and everybody's fighting for it. It comes out to Elise Richardson, and she'll bring it down court, gets it in quickly to Kara Smith, and Kara Smith tries, doesn't get it, but rebounded by Elise Richardson, who just came into the game. And she gives it over to Shanita Bass, and that's knocked away, so it'll remain Proviso West ball.
Well, I'm going to tell you, anybody who thinks girls basketball isn't physical, watch what we've seen so far. It's just a pretty physical game.
It's amazing. They're really, really hammering each other out the inside. Goes to Smith over to Bass. Bass tries from about a 10-footer. It's in and out. And then it's rebounded by, a nice breakaway to Jennifer Simpkins, up and in. So beautiful play there from Mandy Evans to Simpkins. And they cut the deficit by 2. And now the score 10-6 in favor of Proviso West. Still with 3:43 left here in the first period. And a big three-pointer. They like throwing up them three-pointers, but so far they haven't been successful, but they got a lot of rebounding power on the inside. Smith again up and in, and she must have, I would imagine, 8 of their 12 points, I think, already. Well, Chandrell Young throws it over to Simpkins. Simpkins up about a 15-footer in and out, but Mandy Evans tries again, or check that. That was Tara Nixon, the shortest player on the field, and we'll have a foul on Mandy Evans as she got a reach-in foul. So it'll be ball out. It looks like Rakia Martin will put it in, or check that. It'll be Angelique Smith. And now they're moving that around. They're going to have Claudia Wilson throwing the ball out. It'll come out to Denise Fields. Back over to Angelique Smith, to Fields, to Smith again, over to Richardson. Richardson, the point guard, and she will kind of a high pass up and over to Claudia Wilson. Claudia Wilson tries to get to the inside, but a three-point try by Angelique Smith, in and out. Still with the ball is Elise Richardson, and then it'll finally come down to Tara Nixon. And let's see, was it touched? No, it wasn't, so a bad pass by Tara Nixon, and the ball go back over to Proviso West. Well, they like that breakaway play, don't they?
Yes, they do. They're trying to run every chance they can.
And sometimes that works, and sometimes it don't, so. Well, Richardson with the ball gives it over to Denise Fields, back over to Smith, Angelique Smith. She'll give it off to Ashley Owens. And they work it around the backfield as Denise Fields coming up for a three-pointer. She'll try it. And boy, they like playing those three-pointers. They just haven't got any to sink down yet. Back over to Denise Fields again. And Smith. Smith tries to get it into Claudia Wilson. And there's going to be a turnover.
Davis.
So Rachel Davis with her second foul. I guess that was her first personal foul, so I had one marked down already for her, so I must have missed who it was.
Actually, they
on the
called
other
it on
one.
Jennifer Simpkins, but I saw Rachel Davis push from behind, but they must have called it. They've got number 14 on the board.
And we have a substitution coming in as Jennifer Simpson goes out and Samantha Knox comes in. Samantha, a 5'10" sophomore forward. And both of those are made. So the score now 14-6 in favor of Proviso West. As quickly down the court comes Chandrell Young, and she'll give it off to, and she, Rachel Davis, but I think Rachel would have been better off getting up, then Chandrell Young up and in, so Chandrell with her first bucket of the day. So again, they get it back into Ashley Owens, and she turns it over.
That was a good defensive effort by, I believe it was Mandy Evans, to knock the ball out of the Proviso West hands, and she reached for it, fell out of bounds. UT's ball.
Absolutely. Well, Chandrell Young kind of turning into the point guard. She drives in deep, gets it
nice
off
play.
too. Nice but beautiful play by Rachel Davis up and in. Beautiful pass from Chandrell Young over to Davis, and she's up and in, bringing it at 14-10 in favor of Proviso West. Smith with the ball. She looks over to Richardson. Richardson looking to the inside. Now over to Wilson. Wilson back over to Smith. Into Fields, and Fields will drive in, but up and in, up and out it goes, and be Rachel Davis with the rebound. She gives it off to Tara Nixon. Tara Nixon back over to, tried to, Samantha Knox, and she throws it almost out, almost over and back, but she saved it. Unfortunately, beautiful steal by Samantha Knox, as she'll drive it in, and she'll hold up and wait for her teammates to get back. And well, Tara Nixon tried to go deep inside, and it got pushed away and up and in on the other end. It's 34 of Claudia Wilson. So that was kind of a mistake, and too high a pass, and that's going to be another turnover as Tara Nixon tried to get it to Jennifer Simpkins, but that was way over her head. So back
Well,
over it goes.
Surprisingly, we haven't had a timeout this quarter yet.
It is amazing, isn't it? Well, we're having fun in this first game that we're doing here this year, and we got many, many more of them to go. 3 games here today, so you'll see 2 more in the next 2 nights. But we have a lot of games planned for you folks, so stay tuned for all the programming that we have here on Family Ties Productions, and we'll go better and better as the season goes along. We'll get the teams together as we Thanksgiving weekend, and some of our sports announcers weren't available, so it's just me and this other guy doing this whole deal this weekend.
That was a nice block from behind on number 32 of United Township.
Paula
Paula Jones.
So putting in will be Claudia Wilson. She's very active. She gives it out to Kara Smith. Smith will try it, but
She
walked.
traveled.
So turnover for Proviso West, and it'll come back over to UT. Well, head coach for the Proviso West is Diana Thomas. Assistant is Johnny Hudson. On the other side for UT is Carrie Dobrinsky and Gary Martin. As at the end of the first quarter, the score is 16-10 in favor of Proviso West, and we'll be back. As we're back after the first quarter, 16-10 in favor of Proviso West. And let's see what happens here in the second quarter as UT's had a little time to talk to the coach. And yeah, no timeouts in that first period, which was kind of unusual. But I think we're just starting to feel each other out a little bit more as we try to get it inside to Rachel Davis. And it's in and out of her hands, but it comes out to Chandrell Young. And she'll work it around. Tara Nixon, well, check that. That was Rachel Davis with the ball out to Mandy Evans. Mandy Evans on the point right now, and she'll give it off. Well, kind of a quick hitter, and it'll go back over another turnover for UT. And, well, they just kind of a short pass, and they weren't ready for it. So let's see what happens here with Proviso West as they get the first shot at it in the second quarter. Bringing it up is Shanita Bass. And she'll take it over to Fields, and Fields, almost stolen by Paula Jones. And here we got a walking called on number 20, Angelique Smith, so it goes back over to UT. But we're talking at the break, Jess, that this is very, very physical, these the girls, and that's something that you didn't see 10 years ago by any means, but they're really physical inside. Well, let's see who got the ball. It is Rachel Davis with 2 more as she hit about a 12-footer. And I'll give quickly down, though, and good defense on the inside now as they're starting to block out Smith, and she's not getting the ball as easily as she did in the first quarter, and we got a foul.
Foul on Smith. First personal, 13 foul.
Number 20, I believe that was.
Angelique Smith with a foul. Is in the backcourt, so they'll just take it out of bounds. Right now it looks like 3 fouls on Proviso West and 2 on United Township. Ooh, is driving for the ball, and the ball will remain in as Liz Buchanan now in for the first time for UT. And the ball was taken out there, comes out to Rachel Davis. Rachel drives in, nice layup, and in and out. She just can't get that ball to drop once she goes in the inside, but she sure powers the ball in there, and I think she'll start getting those as the game goes on. Quickly down and goes out to Denise Fields, up and in, up and out, I should say. And back down comes UT. I tell you, they are quick down. Once they get the rebound, they are quickly down in. Big three-pointer try by Mandy Evans, but that's in and out. Comes down into Rachel Davis. Rachel Davis up and in goes Rachel Davis. And that cuts the lead, 16-14 in favor of Proviso West. So UT hanging right in there and playing exceptionally well. Three-point try by Angelique Smith, but that's in and out. And we got a walking call, and it goes back over to UT. Well, bringing it down court now is Tara Nixon. She is their point guard, their spark plug. And let's see what she does as she'll bring it over to Mandy Evans. Mandy Evans looks for an opening. Now she'll drive herself. And she's in the paint and gives it off to Nixon. Nixon up with the ball, and it's up and in. It's going to be over the back foul here by it looks like Simpkins with 2 fouls. And so the ball goes back over to Proviso West, as Richardson and Owens come back in for Proviso. And that's their starting 5 again once out there. So let's see what happens here. As Richardson brings it down court, she gives it off to Shanita Bass, over to Richardson, and up and blocked. And taken away. Well, I'm not sure what to call here. I think there might have been a jump ball about 3 times there.
Well, the girl from Proviso had it. The girl from UT stole it. The girl had it stole from a Proviso player.
So Jennifer Simpkins with her 3rd personal foul, and that's not a good thing here in
And
this
she'll be
first
coming
half.
out right now.
Absolutely. So the first one is up and in by Richardson. Elise Richardson, a 5'5" guard. And there's a discussion over there by the bench as Coach Thomas is wondering about something that was going on, but now the officials are checking it out. With that, we'll take a short break while we're in a break here. And the second shot is up, and it is good by Elise Richardson. And now the press came on, but didn't work as Shanita Bass tried for a steal, and they're putting a heavy press on now as UT trying to slow down that fast break that they've been getting. Boy, there is some heavy hitting going on there.
Boy, there's a lot of bumping going on down there.
They're going to have a master amount of bruises by the time this game is over. This has been one of the most physical games I think I've ever seen. And a breakaway by Mandy Evans. She'll give it off back to Mandy Evans, up and no good.
Hard.
Recovered by Smith, and downfield all by herself is Angelique Smith as she comes up and in for 2 more. So makes it 20-14 as United Township got it up to within 2. Now they spread it out again by 6. As again, Mandy Evans up and in. Rachel Davis. So, excuse me, it was Rachel Davis, number 30. And she likes that left side. She's left-handed, and she gets it up and now starting to make them sink. A big 3-point try. Ooh, up and in, recovered by Smith, and she'll make it 2 more. So I think Smith must have 18 of the 22 points as she's been really active. Ooh, and a steal by Ashley Owens, but back over to number 24, and guess who that is? Mandy Evans with 2 more. Cutting the score down 22-18 now in favor of Proviso West. And these are back and forth, up and down. Another 3-point try. They just don't give up on them. Recovered by Tara Nixon. Tara Nixon will bring it downfield. She brings it up to Liz Buchanan, and that's knocked away, and another turnover. Well, we got a couple replacements coming in. Claudia Wilson will come in for Shanita Bass. And I didn't quite catch who the other one was that just came in, but we'll get it as the game goes on. So back over to Proviso West. Elise Richardson throws it over to Claudia Wilson. She a long pass, and it's just on the line. Tough break, as it looked like Chandrell Young had a pick there, but she must have stepped on the line there, Jess. Oh, into Smith, up and in. Tough to stop, I'm telling you. Kara Smith, 6'1", and she's playing like she's 6'6", I think. Oh, a nice three-pointer, and that was a beauty by Liz Buchanan. So the first three-pointer of the game made, and that cuts the lead down 24-21, still in favor of Proviso West, but this has been a physical, good game so far. Up and in is Elise Richardson. So Richardson also coming in off the bench and making her presence known. Liz Buchanan throws it into, Rachel Davis. Rachel Davis up with the ball and in and out. Recovered by 5'5", Elise Richardson. Oh, into Smith, beautiful pass by Claudia Wilson, and Smith with an easy bucket. Liz Buchanan gives it over to Tara Nixon. Tara Nixon looking to the inside. Nobody is available. And we got a check foul there, I think, by Angelique Smith.
I believe this might be Proviso's biggest lead of the game so far. 7 points.
7 points. They had a 6-point lead there towards the end of the first quarter. We're at the 2:27 mark of the second quarter already. Tara Nixon tries to get it in to Buchanan, and Buchanan back over to Nixon. Nixon will try to get it up, and it's just in and out. Nixon, the rebound, gives it out to Chandrell Young. Chandrell Young looking now for an opening, and on the inside, and I don't think I would have thrown it there. Smith and a whole bunch of others were there, and a nice, beautiful pass. And Kara Smith, once again.
Timeout soon here.
Oh,
nice block by number
beautiful.
44.
Kara Smith not only is good on the offensive end, she's really good on the defensive side as she blasts Mandy Evans' ball out of bounds. Well, go over to UT. Buchanan with the ball gives it off to Evans, and she kind of makes a nice fake, drives into the inside, and no good, as that's rebounded by Ashley Owens. Well, I don't think they can play that. They got to play their game, and the half-court game is what looks like Proviso West likes to play. They do have the height advantage here, and Smith, somehow they got to guard her or keep her out of that paint, because she is just killing them right now. Well, up and out, Elise Richardson again, and
foul on number 22.
Foul on Elise Richardson.
Richardson, first personal team foul.
Well, neither team into the bonus yet, as it comes off to Samantha Knox, and that's in and out. A long pass down to Angelique Smith, and she waited for the defender to go by her and put it in. Very, very good thinking on her part. Well, the press still getting out a big press here, but still a worrisome one. Chandrell Young gives it off to Tara Knox, and Tara up and in. So Tara Nixon, I think that might be her first points, and that'll cut down the lead to 9 points right now at 32-23 with 52 seconds left in the first half. So Elise Richardson probably looking for that, basically the last shot, gets it over to Claudia Wilson. Claudia Wilson tries the three-pointer, and that bounces out of the rim. And now it comes down to Chandrell Young. She looks for an opening, and that is tipped away by Ashley Owens. And so UT, well, we'll have the ball back. Rachel Davis comes back in, and out goes Samantha Knox. 32 seconds left here in the first half, and it's been a physical, fun one to watch. Out over to Mandy Evans and given over to Davis, and Davis up, and that'll be a foul on number 30, Rachel Davis. A reach-in foul. And that's her second personal and the sixth team foul. So another turnover. It goes back to Proviso West. Well, bringing the ball down, Elise Richardson. She is a spark plug and very good passer. as she knows she's got a lot of time. 18 seconds left here in the first half. She brings it over to Smith, back over to Richardson, then comes over to Claudia Wilson, all the way over to Smith with 5 seconds left. They'll try to break it in now as a long pass to Smith, and it's out of her hands, so that one was off for naught. Not very good setup there. 1 second left, so it's kind of like a long pass and hope you get it and throw it up, and nothing happens there, and that'll be it for the first half. The score, Proviso West 32 and UT 23. With that, we'll take a break and we'll be back. Well, we're back after the first half with the score, Proviso West 32, home team UT with 23, and they had a pretty tough first half, but I think the coach will give them some tips as Smith just recovers, but she steps on the line. That'll be the first turnover of the half with only about 8 seconds into it. So
well, that was kind of a late call. I was wondering if the ref was going to call it at all. It sure looked like she was out, but he waited.
Well, Chandrell Young tries to get it inside, but Smith intercepts it. She gave it off too, and blocked there, but I apparently got an arm. Angelique Smith with the drive. And she'll be setting up for 2 shots here, as that was on the arm, kind of a heavy one there. So
That was Mandy Evans on the foul.
And that's her first foul, I think, of the game. So with 3 fouls still is Jennifer Simpkins. So I don't know if we'll see much of her in the second half until maybe probably the 4th quarter. So, well, Smith with a nice shot, and first one's in. She'll try for the second. Nice form on this ball. Nice release, nice rotation, up and in. So 33-23, their largest lead of the game with 10 points. As Chandrell Young gets hacked on the arm.
Number 53 for
Ashley Owens with her second foul. So that comes out to Tara Nixon, and she is the point guard. And I think the fire plug for the UT game is a nice drive in and out. So Chandrell Young and a big scrum down there for the ball. And what are they going to call here?
Well, the whole game, UT has had the shots when they've driven, but they just haven't got them to drop.
Yeah, and they've had some good drives too, and you're right. I mean, especially Rachel Davis probably had 10 tries where the ball's gone in and out. And again there, Mandy Evans with a nice try above 18-footer. And palming the ball, there was Ashley Owens, so the turnover comes back over to UT. So Mandy Evans looking to the inside to Rachel Davis. She'll bring it back out to Chandrell. Well, check that. And an in and out. And a wide open downfield is Claudia Wilson, and the ball up and in, an easy layup. 12-point lead now. 13-point lead now for Proviso West.
I think UT needs a timeout.
And there was a whistle, and we do have a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. We are Family Ties Productions. As we get set to go again, And back over to Kara Smith, and she tried about 12-footer, and that's a long ways for her, but put it back up as Ashley Owens, 6'1" forward. And a lot of height on that inside, and boy, they just don't want to get down in there because then it's big trouble. It goes over to Mandy Evans. She tries to drive in, and sliding over was Jennifer Simpkins, but she didn't see it coming. So another turnover for UT.
Well, the 9-point lead is now a 15-point lead for Proviso West.
And they have this first second half, and there's kicking the ball, so they'll come back over to Proviso West. Taking it out is Claudia Wilson, and she gives it over to Shanita Bass. Bass back over to Wilson, over to Smith, and Smith up and an air ball, and that'll be coming back over to UT. Well, they've been a little discombobulated, I think, here in this second half, as they just can't figure out that height, and I think that's really been a problem as, well, it looks like we're going to get a foul here on Claudia Wilson, it looks like. So she picks up her first. Yeah, she kind of put a knee into trying to stop Jennifer Simpkins. So now it'll be Mandy Evans taking the ball out. She gives it over to Tara Nixon. Nixon brings it up, almost stolen by Smith. Nixon over to Young, and Young back over. Well, it's so fast. Chandra Young over, tries a shot from the outside and is in and out, but Smith touched it last. It'll remain UT's ball. Off of Ashley Owens, number 53. So Mandy Evans gets it inside, but that was the wrong place to be, but recovered by Rachel Davis. Rachel Davis with a pass, but that's intercepted, and let's see here. We're going to have a foul.
Yeah, it's the same foul that they called down here. It goes the other way.
Chandrell Young with her second foul of the day. I guess it's their first personal, so second team foul. Is bringing it down to Shanita Bass. Bass over to Smith. Smith looking to the inside to Smith. Smith back out to Smith. She'll try a three-pointer up and short. Comes down to Young. Young brings it up very quickly, and the ball's kicked. And I think it's going to
be Proviso West ball.
Well, it's going to be Proviso West ball, as it was off of Simpkins. Or Young, I should say. And now Young with a foul as she picks up kind of a cheap one in the back court.
Foul on Young, second personal, third team foul.
Third team foul here.
Substitution, Richardson.
Elise Richardson comes into the game as Angelique Smith goes out for a breather. Well, they have a very substantial lead here in the third period at the 5:29 mark. And UT has a long ways to go to get this back into the game as Smith up and out. Put back up by Kara Smith again, recovered by Ashley Owens, and stolen away. And UT will bring it down. Paula Jones with the ball. Jones over to Nixon, and almost taken away there by Claudia Wilson, but the ball goes out of bounds and back over to
this half,
UT.
Proviso West done a good job of anticipating the pass.
Yes, they have. But here was it going over to Mandy and back into Buchanan. Buchanan will take the shot up and in. Check that as Ollie Topert with her first bucket of the game and a nice steal. Nixon with a pretty easy layup up and in. So there's 4 points right away, bringing it back down to 11-point lead, 38-27 at 4:40 here in the third period.
Well, if they can cut it under 10 here with 4 minutes to go,
another
which
turnover.
they have an opportunity to do.
Shanita Bass couldn't handle it, and that'll be turned back over so they could cut it down here to
timeout, Proviso West.
Well, we'll take another timeout as well. Well, I think as we were discussing at the break there, if UT can keep the breakaways going, they're far better off than if they play the half-court game. They don't like the half-court. They like that short run game. And again, up and in, Ollie Topert. So Topert with 4 quick ones here in the third period. And she didn't play the first half, but making her presence known here in the second half. A 6-foot center, and she is a senior. Another turnover by Proviso West. And all of a sudden, we got a ball game as they've closed it to within 9 points.
Well, if UT scores here, it's going to be huge. But there's still 4 minutes left in the quarter.
Nixon to Evans with a 3-point try. Ooh, up and stolen away by Rachel Davis, and she's fouled by Ashley Owens.
Third personal, 13 foul.
So it'll be 2 shots for Rachel Davis.
Davis goes to the line, shooting 2.
Rachel, a 5'10" sophomore center. First one a little bit short, and she's mad at herself. I saw her during the pregame taking a lot of free throws, so apparently this isn't her strong suit, and she just wants to get those in. Let's see what happens here on the second shot.
Well, UT's picked up the intensity in this last 2 minutes of this quarter.
And that was a pretty one there, so brings it down to an 8-point lead at the 4:01 mark of the third quarter.
Well, they brought it down from what, 15-16 to 8.
To 8, so they've really poured it on here in the last 3 minutes, as Proviso West cannot handle that. Another steal, and it goes down to Nixon. She's got to watch out behind her. Nice layup, in and out, but recovered by, oh man. As Davis up at it, and she couldn't get, now a foul. Who's it going to be on? It looks like Proviso West with another foul. We'll have to see who they call that one on.
Well, if you're noticing right now, UT's also getting the rebounds where in the first half and the first couple minutes of the third quarter, they weren't getting.
That's for sure. Denise Fields with her first foul. And back over to Davis as she makes that one. And so Rachel Davis been on the free throw line a lot here in the past couple of minutes. She puts up her second one, makes that good. And score now brings it to 6 points, 38 to 32 in favor of Proviso West. As their huge lead has disappeared, Richardson over to Fields. Fields tries to throw it inside, and she is hacked there.
By number 52.
By Ollie Topert. So Topert with her first foul of the afternoon. But going to the line is Elise Richardson.
Richardson goes to the line, shooting 2.
Second year varsity player, that's the way we have it here. And her first one, nice touch on that. You know, and I've never figured out how they do that. I try that at home all the time to get the ball to go from the rim to the backboard, and it never works for me, but they get to go here, and she makes both of them, making the score now 40 to 32, back up to an 8-point lead. That's a nice pass. Ooh, and almost taken away. Topert is taken away by Smith, and Smith long shot downfield to 34, and good by Claudia Wilson. But quickly upfield is Nixon. Nixon over to
now all
Paula
of a
Jones
sudden, UT
stolen
going
away.
back to the problems they had before.
Ooh,
and that could be intentional.
That's being intentional.
That's intentional
that
foul.
was not a very smart decision.
You know,
On Paula Jones, she kind of pushed the player, and that's kind of dangerous. Throws her into the bleachers.
UT was playing real well, and all of a sudden, the last 2 times down the court, they went and were doing the things that got them the problem in the first place.
Yes, they were.
So now Proviso West is going to get, I believe, 2 shots and the ball.
Well, it was a dangerous play. I mean, she got thrown into the bleachers, and you just really can't do that. I know that Paula was trying to stop her, I think. But
And the referees, to their credit, stepped in real quick before something could happen.
absolutely. And good on their part. She misses the second one. But they now have a 10-point lead. She'll take another shot here. So 3. Is it going to be 4 shots at the line or 3?
No, just 2.
Well, she's already taken 3. So this is her 4th one.
Okay. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking. So it's now 43 to 32 with 3:02 left in the third quarter, and we're going to have a timeout.
United Township timeout, 30 seconds.
We'll be back in a minute.
Well, ball taken out to Smith. And Smith out on the point there, kind of unusual as Angelique Smith takes a three-pointer, but that's in and out. This should be UT's ball as it was knocked away by Denise Fields. So goes over to UT. Evans will bring the ball in, gives it to Simpkins, and she is fouled. Or check that Chandrell Young is fouled by, it looks like, Elise Richardson.
Richardson, second personal, 15 foul.
15 foul now on Proviso West. Still got something to give. It comes over to Mandy Evans. She's with a nice two-pointer, it looks like. Or a three, it looks like. A three-pointer. So I thought it was only two, but it was a three. Cutting the deficit to 8 points. So they're hanging in there. They just kind of fall down every once in a while and don't take very good shots in that. But fighting hard here as the ball up. Well, stolen away. And I think she walked with the ball. Indeed, she did. Angelique Smith tried to get it to the inside, and she indeed did walk, so another turnover.
Once again, a good defensive effort by UT, and that's what they need to do.
They need to be really all over them when Proviso West gets the ball because time is running out as Tara Smith tries to make the pass, but that's blocked away. But it'll remain UT's ball. Angelique Smith is 5'9", but she sure plays like she's a whole lot taller. Number 20 for Proviso West. Chandrell Young drives to the inside, doesn't see anything open, backs up, gives it off to Evans. Evans looking around for a shot. She doesn't see anything, comes out to Nixon. Nixon looking for Evans, and Evans again. Doesn't see anybody, comes over to Davis. Davis, nice fake, up and in. She finally gets one to roll. So Rachel Davis finally get one of those shots.
Nice
Another
nice
steal by Evans. She gives it over to Davis, back up to Young. Young brings it down court. Looks for an opening, doesn't see anybody. And wide open was Topert on the other side. Comes to Davis again. Oh, that's blocked by Smith. I think it was a foul. I think her arm kind of got in the way. It'll come over to Angelique Smith, and she puts it up and in. Davis with the ball, bring it over to Young.
That was too bad. UT could have cut it to 6, but now they're behind by 8.
And wide open, but stolen again by Smith. And on field, guess who? Angelique Smith with another easy layup. So just that quickly, back up to 10-point lead with 1:06 left here in the third period. As Nixon gives it off to Evans. Evans looking around. And she gives it back to Nixon. Nixon goes over the half-court line very safely. And she is being hounded by Richardson. Well, she's got a three-pointer up, and it is no good. But Topert with the rebound. She throws it back up. Kind of a brick. And we got a walking by Claudia Wilson. She kind of questions it, but go back over to UT.
Well, there's 43 seconds left in the third quarter, 37-47.
It's been a good game. It's been a very physical game. I'm just amazed at how physical this game has been as Evans shoots it out to, in and out by Simpkins. Simpkins back in the game with 3 fouls, so she's got to be kind of careful, but hey, you got to get her into the game. Nice pass to Shanita Bass, but it's in and out for her, and it looks like she steps on the line, so another turnover goes back over to UT. Well, it's been a fast game, no matter even if it's been half court, it's been tremendously fast, and I can remember, well, so many years ago when the girls first started to have basketball, and today they just is not the same. They play great basketball on both sides of the court. So a nice try, a nice steal try by Claudia Wilson, but she walks with the ball and returns over to UT. Simpkins will take the ball out. And she looks for Nixon, and Nixon will bring it up court. Almost taken away there by Richardson. Very quick hands. It comes over to Simpkins. Simpkins drives in, and she's in trouble. Tries to get it around, and that's going to be stolen. And now half-court pressure by UT. Oh, and that would have been an easy, well, I don't know what else to say. It was a great try by Simpkins, and I think she got a knee into her head, and that's unfortunate. So we'll take a break while we figure this one out. Well, Jennifer Simpkins is okay, but she'll take a little breather on the bench as a try at the end of the third period. No good. So it remains 47-37 in favor of Proviso West. We'll be back after this. Well, we're back at the start of the fourth quarter, or fourth period, I should say, with the lead going to Proviso West 47-37, as they have been very quick, built up a big lead with Kara Smith on the inside in the first half, probably an 8-point lead from her alone, as it's given over to Owens. Owens up and in, and they increase their lead to 49-37. So UT with a big challenge here with only 7:33 left in this game, given off to Davis. Davis up and in, very pretty. So Rachel Davis starting to get that ball to, ooh, almost a steal by Evans, or check that, by Liz Buchanan. And they are definitely putting on the pressure now as they just playing half two. And West is going to take as much time as possible can. This one is stolen by Nixon. Nixon trying to drive down, and it's going to be offensive, I think. Nope, check that, a blocking foul by Shanita Bass. So it looked pretty close to being a charge there, Jess. So that's a 6-team foul for Proviso West, only 3 for United Township, so they can give away quite a few fouls here in this fourth and final period. Nixon gets the ball, she'll give it over to Simpkins. Simpkins up, and she'll miss it. And that is rebounded by Shanita Bass. Bass over to Richardson. Richardson brings over the half-court line, over to number 11, Denise Fields. She tries a three-pointer. That's no good. Recovered by Simpkins, and they'll bring it upfield. Liz Buchanan. Oh, she almost put her up, but she'll give it over to Nixon, looking for an opening. Back to Buchanan. Over to Simpkins, and they can't take a whole lot of time here as time is running out. It's not on their side. Nixon down low, the little one, and she puts it up, but it's going to be recovered by Simpkins. She'll shoot it from about 15, in and out. And that one's recovered by Simpkins again. She drives in deep. She'll try it again, and she's going to be hacked by Rakia Martin, number 24. So that was a lot of rebounds with not many points. So 2 tries here for Jennifer Simpkins, 5'7" sophomore. First one is good. And they need every point they can get here with 6:11 left to go in the final period. So the second ball is up, and it's going to be a little bit short, but recovered by Davis. Davis up and in. So Rachel Davis, and that's stolen away again. What they're going to call Simpkins with the steal.
Well, I'll tell you what, if UT gets the points here, they'll be within 5 with 6 minutes to go. They'll be certainly still in this ball game.
Absolutely.
And what do we have here?
We got a timeout, it looks like, so we'll be back after these. Well, we're back as we had an officials timeout, as well as the net was a little bit discombobulated, and they got that back repaired. And we're underway again with 5:57 left in the final period as Richardson brings it down. She looks over, and it's going to be tipped away. Well, no, just a bad pass. It goes back over to UT, so they can cut it down here to within 4 if they get a three-pointer. So this is far from being over. Nixon with the ball. She'll get it out to Simpkins. Simpkins comes in the three-point line, about an 18-footer, and in and out, but recovered. Well, recovered and taken away. And now it looks like Proviso does have the ball. Richardson, or check that, Bass, and Simpkins steals it. Is she going to make, oh, it's a block and goes back, stays to UT's ball. But I think she was kind of hacked rather hard by at least Richardson. I don't know how much more
physical you can get without calling a foul, but.
I think they have to use a bat to get a foul here. Holy moly. Wow. Well, as you can tell, folks, Simpkins is okay. She was that player that was hurt a little bit.
Oh, right
earlier.
open.
Beautiful pass from Simpkins to Nixon. And Nixon up and 2, and that'll bring it down to within 5. Smith now with the ball, and she'll miss it. And it goes over to UT. They can pull it now down to within 2 points. So all of a sudden, from I think it was a 13-point lead, we only now are down. UT's down by 5 points here with 5:18 left in the
actually,
fourth
I believe
period.
it was like 15 or 16 because they had 9-point lead. They got it to 15.
It certainly might have been, and that's my mistake for not keeping track of that. But we've got ourselves a ball game now as Simpkins brings it down, looks inside. She'll give it over to Davis. Davis can't control it, and it'll go back over to Proviso West. Ooh, that was one that they needed.
Well, the good thing is there's a lot of time left. There's 5:05 left in the game. They're only 5 points behind.
So they do have plenty of time in it, but they got to stop Smith, and she was wide open, had her arm up, and they couldn't get it over to her back. Now they'll get it inside to Smith, up in an easy 2 points. But I'll tell you one thing, she was in that paint for a long, long time. I was guessing maybe about 10 seconds and nothing was called. Well, that just happens here. Chandrell Young gives it back over to Davis. Davis makes a fake, and she'll be hacked by, looks like, Claudia Wilson. So Wilson with her third foul. And it'll be 2 points for Rachel Davis. Well, that was a house. The horn sounds, and I'm not exactly sure why. I didn't see anybody come in or anything, but so Davis will try 2 here at the line, and she needs both of them. First one's up and hits on the back of the rim and goes out. So let's see what she can do here for her second one to bring it within 6. And that one's on the back of the rim as well, but it's going to go back to UT. As Claudia Wilson, Claudia Wilson couldn't control the ball. It goes back over to UT, so let's see what they can do here. Nixon will try to get it into, I would imagine, Young. Young get back over to Nixon. Nixon looking over to the other side. That comes to Davis, and she'll walk with the ball. And another turnover. Mandy Evans, I should say, moved just slightly before putting that ball down on the court. So the turnover so far, it hasn't hurt him here, but let's see what happens as West brings it down. And Young
she double
is going to, yes, she did. So a turnover back over to UT. So Evans with the ball. She's at the 3-point line. She'll take it. And it's good. Mandy Evans with 3. And that'll cut the lead down to 4 with 4:17 left in the fourth period. As Richardson drives all the way down deep, gives it off to Ashley Owens, misses it. Back up by Young and recovered by Richardson. Richardson now being hounded as she goes out to the point, tries to set again, and she gives it over to Smith. Smith looking back over, and it comes over to Owens. Owens throws it inside. Kara Smith with up and in, and again, I'm telling you, she's hitting her a long time in the paint, but she's deadly on the inside, and that one will be stolen by Owens. Owens over to Smith, and they had too hard, and they go out of bounds back over to UT.
Well, UT got a break there.
Yes, they did.
And those are the kind of passes that have got them in trouble the whole game.
Well, those cross-court passes are very dangerous.
I don't know whether the people making the pass can't see the defensive players or whether the defensive players are just making a good break on it. But
I think, this team is, Proviso West is very, very fast. Once you see that ball in the air, they really move in on it. And I think it might be that more than anything. Evans over to, a nice another three-pointer by Chandrell Young. So we're within 3 points here at the 3:29 mark. It seems like every time it changes a minute, we're within whatever that is. So at the 2-minute mark, we'll be within 2 points, I guess. And now a long pass down to Smith, and Smith walks with the ball, turnover. She started to walk before she got the ball down. And so we could have ourselves a tie game here if we get another three-pointer. As UT has really made a charge, and hats off to Carrie Dobrinsky, the head coach. You see, got her team, and Evans up with the ball. Another 3, we're tied up. Oh my! Mandy Evans with another three-pointer by the top of the key and almost stolen away there by Simpkins, but it'll be brought up. And now, let's see.
Timeout.
Timeout looks like. Coach Diana Thomas says enough's enough. We'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Be back with the finish of this really exciting girls basketball game. I'll tell you, about 3:09 left here in this game, and it's been a good one, a real dandy. Start out our high school sports 2000-2001 basketball season with another rebound, and comes up immediately to Young up or up in and fouled. There it looks like Elise Richardson with the foul. Well, they can take the first lead, I think, of the game for UT right here. And that's Richardson's fourth personal foul.
And that could be the first UT lead of the game.
It will be, because they haven't led it all. And let's see what happened here. And it is the first lead of the game for UT as Chandrell Young puts it in. The 5'6" junior guard forward for UT, and she's been a real spark plug here in the fourth period. And the second ball up and out, and that one taken down by Kara Smith. And almost taken away there by Young, but it's up and in there very quickly. So Smith is still a four. They got to keep her away from the inside. And there's going to be a travel by Evans as she took a step trying to get around Young. There's Smith, I should say. And she would have been wide open because Smith was really out of alignment. So Kara Smith will throw it in to Shanita Bass, and Shanita Bass being covered there by Simpkins. Gets it over the timeline. That comes down to Smith, number 20. There are two Smiths here, Angelique and Kara. So just so you're aware, this is Angelique Smith. And almost stolen by Nixon. But that opens it up, and Owens will take a step, and she turns it over. So this game is turning into some 2:12 left as they're putting on a heavy pressure here, and it gets out to Evans. Evans wide open. Oh man, Simpkins was wide open, and she should not have taken that shot. But it's back over to UT as it looks like it came off the hands of Kara Smith, so it does remain UT's ball. But Simpkins made a bad decision there. She should have stepped out or thrown over to somebody else because she was well covered by 6'1" Kara Smith. Well, Evans into Davis, but Davis is picked. Her pocket is picked by Smith and given over to Owens. Owens up and in. Or Wilson, I should say. Claudia Wilson with an easy 2 points. So with a 3-point lead again at 1:43 here. Back over to Simpkins. Simpkins into Nixon. Nixon out to Simpkins. She'll take the 15-footer, and it's over everything. Recovered by Smith. Ooh, and she's highly guarded by David. I tell you what, they let the fouls get away here in this game. And that'll be back over to Angelique Smith, number 20.
I think Proviso West going to hold on to the ball now and let UT foul them.
Yep.
Unless there's an open player under the basket.
So Angelique Smith has the ball, but there's a 5-second count that they have to get rid of the ball. That goes over to Owens. Owens being hounded by Evans. And she'll take one bounce and then take it out to Owens.
And
there's a foul. It's going to be on, it looks like.
34.
34, Claudia Wilson. So a charging foul or whatever you would call it. I'm not exactly sure.
Panthers are in the super bonus. Simpkins goes to the line shooting 2.
So they now are in the bonus shooting 2, 57-54 in favor of Proviso West with 1:03 left. Simpkins taking 2. First one is short. And they haven't been as good at the foul line as maybe they could have been here. It's really been important down the stretch here to get every point you can. Let's see if Simpkins can make the second one. And no, it isn't. It's short or long this time. And they'll hound Smith, or check that. They'll hound Owens. But it looks like now she got fouled.
Well, evidently Proviso's not in the bonus yet. So UT has a...
Well, we're going to take another timeout here with 1 minute remaining here in this game. Hope you're enjoying it. We'll be back. Well, 1 minute remaining. Are they going to be able to? I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
Well,
Officially, what is that called? I thought that was in play. Well, long pass down court to Owens. Owens, and that's going to be taken away by Evans. She comes down court. Now take it easy, and too fast, too hard, out of control.
You're gonna go walk.
And let's see, they're going to call a foul on Davis. Well,
I still don't think that's enough to give him the penalty there.
Mandy Evans came down and she just charged right in the middle there, got her pocket picked, and I think she could have pulled up and tried a big three there because she's certainly good at them, and we might have had ourselves a tie game here again, but it's easier said than done being up here. But going to the foul line once again is Shanita Bass. And it's going to be no good. And Evans and Smith go at it for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball. But check that Paula Jones. And it'll go over to UT. So Evans will take it out. Paula Jones down there, number 32. And Evans long down to Paula Jones, and she'll bring it over the timeline and set up the play here with 45 seconds left in the game over to Nixon. Nixon goes around to the right side into Davis. Davis charges up to the inside, in and out. Recovered by Davis, up again. Recovered by Evans. And up is going to be by Paula Jones. Not good, and downfield all by herself is Claudia Wilson. Extending the lead to 59-54 with 21 seconds left.
Come down and shoot it.
And here comes Chandra Young. Try to get it to the inside. That's going to be no good. It's recovered by 34 of Claudia Wilson, up and in. And at 61-54, all of a sudden now it's a 7-point lead with 12 seconds left. Well, we're going with 11 seconds left. 10 over to Young, back over to Nixon. Nixon will throw it up, and no good. Recovered by Evans. Evans up and in, no good. And it'll be a foul, looks like, on Mandy Evans. Or check that. Paula Jones with 1 second left in the ball game, so this one is over. But going to the foul line will be Ashley Owens. And this game is pretty much over. They had their chances here in this fourth period, but they got a little bit out of control there, I think, a couple times. Just excitement of trying to get that lead, and that certainly happens. As Owens makes the first one, making it 62-54. But it's been a good game, an exciting game, a hard-fought game, and a very physical game. As the second one goes in and out, Mandy Evans does get the ball, but that'll do it with Proviso West taking it 62-54 over United Township. Well, it's been a fun one, and first game of the season for us. I think we'll see plenty more of these, but the girls have been very impressive here on both sides. Very well coached and good players. So with that, once again, the final score, Proviso West 62, UT 54, and we'll see you again on Family Ties Productions. So long.